Today, we're diving into a story that's been making waves, a story that involves two of the biggest names in sports, LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith. Now, the headline you've probably seen is something like, Stephen A. Smith exposes LeBron James for getting banned. It sounds dramatic, right? It sounds like some huge hidden controversy has just been unearthed. But before we all jump to conclusions, let's take a deep breath and break down what's actually going on. This whole thing started with Stephen A. on his show, talking about LeBron James. But it's not about a new ban or some secret suspension from the league. The ban Stephen A. was referring to is actually from his own show, First Take. That's right. Stephen A. Smith has declared that he will no longer discuss LeBron James on First Take unless it's absolutely necessary, like if LeBron is playing in a major game. So why the sudden change? Stephen A. explained his reasoning pretty clearly. He feels that the conversation around LeBron has become completely saturated and, frankly, predictable. According to him, any time LeBron's name is mentioned, the debate immediately splits into two extreme camps. The die-hard LeBron supporters who believe he can do no wrong, and the staunch critics who find fault in everything he does. Stephen A. expressed a lot of frustration with this dynamic. He said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that there's no room for nuanced, objective basketball analysis anymore when it comes to LeBron. It's all just passion, emotion, and tribalism. You're either on Team LeBron or you're against him, and the actual basketball talk gets lost in the noise. He feels like the debate has become stale, repetitive, and just not productive for a sports analysis show. He pointed out that he has immense respect for LeBron as one of the greatest players of all time. This isn't a personal attack on LeBron. It is a critique of the media ecosystem and the fan culture that has built up around him. Stephen A. essentially said he's tired of the same old arguments. He's tired of having to defend every single point against a wave of what he sees as blind loyalty or relentless criticism. So when we see that headline, Stephen A. exposes LeBron, it's not what you think. He's not revealing a secret. He's exposing what he sees as a problem with modern sports discourse. He's making a statement about the state of sports media and how conversations around superstars can become echo chambers. Now let's think about the implications of this. First, it's a bold move for First Take. LeBron James is arguably the biggest ratings driver in all of sports media. To willingly sideline discussions about him is a significant business decision. It shows how strongly Stephen A. feels about this issue. He's willing to potentially sacrifice viewership numbers to try and elevate the quality of the conversation on his show. Second, what does this say about the end of an era? LeBron is heading into his 22nd season. He's no longer the undisputed best player in the league, with guys like Jokic, Giannis, and Luka now dominating the conversation. Is Stephen A.'s decision a reflection of this changing of the guard? Is he signaling that the media needs to move on and focus on the new generation of superstars who are defining the league today? It's a fascinating thought. For years, the NBA narrative has revolved around LeBron. His every move, every stat, every quote has been analyzed to death. Perhaps Stephen A. is simply ahead of the curve, recognizing that it's time to broaden the focus. He mentioned wanting to talk more about players like Anthony Edwards, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and others who are shaping the future of the league. Of course, there's the cynical take as well. Is this just a brilliant marketing stunt? By banning LeBron, Stephen A. has created a whole new news cycle centered around himself and First Take. People are talking about his decision, debating whether it's right or wrong. It's a meta-narrative that keeps his show relevant. It's a classic Stephen A. Smith move. Make a bold proclamation that gets everyone talking. He's a master of generating buzz, and this could be his latest masterpiece. But I tend to think there's genuine substance to his argument. Anyone who follows sports media has felt that fatigue. The same talking points about LeBron's legacy versus Jordan's. The same debates about his clutch gene. The same arguments over and over. It can be exhausting. Maybe a break is exactly what the conversation needs. Maybe by stepping back, it will allow for more thoughtful, less reactive analysis when the time does come to talk about him. And let's be real. Stephen A. said, unless it's newsworthy. The moment LeBron does something significant, hits a major milestone, plays in the NBA Finals, or is involved in a big trade, you can bet he'll be the #1 topic on First Take. This isn't a permanent, unbreakable vow. It's a strategic pivot. It's a way of resetting the terms of the debate. So in the end, the ban isn't a punishment for LeBron. It's a statement from Stephen A. Smith. He's drawing a line in the sand, not against a player, but against a style of debate he no longer finds valuable. He's trying to reclaim his show for what he believes it should be: a platform for genuine sports analysis, not just a battleground for fan armies. It's a power move, a media critique, and a look towards the future of the NBA, all rolled into one. It's complex, it's controversial, and it's peak Stephen A. Smith. He didn't expose LeBron for anything. Instead, he exposed the very nature of how we talk about our sports icons. And that, in itself, is a story worth talking about. What do you guys think? Is Stephen A. right to do this? Is it a smart move to freshen up the show? Or is he ignoring the biggest name in the sport? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'm really curious to hear your perspective on this one. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more deep dives into the biggest stories in sports, make sure to hit that like button and definitely subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's next. We'll see you in the next video.